Strumming some blues chords with the thumb only is something that I find myself doing quite a lot. I really like the tone and the vibe that you get from your guitar when you strum the strings with the thumb only. I mean, it is a completely different tone. It doesn't sound bright. It's actually quite dull. And it can be messy and noisy. Sometimes the notes are not super clear, but I just really like this approach. Now in this lesson, we're going to focus on the blues. I'm going to show you how to play this shuffle blues, which is mainly played on the bass notes. So we're talking about a blues accompaniment played in shuffle rhythm. So we're really going to take it step by step, guys, and I want to show you how to get there slowly. Now, obviously, the thumb approach is going to be the most challenging thing, as we have to mute all the strings, but let's just get there step by step. The first step is to learn the notes. So we're playing a shuffle blues in E. So we're going to be playing an E7, an A7, and then the B7 chord. So over the E7, we're going to play the notes like this. So I'm basically playing the low E string, fret number 3 and 4, fret number 2 on the A string, 4, 2, and the fret number 2 on the D string. I'm sliding into these notes, and I use the second finger. I use the second finger for a reason, which I'm going to show you later. So I'm sliding to fret 1, from fret 1 to 2, back to fret number 4, 2, and then the low E string, fret number 3 and 4. Now some of these notes will be played twice, so let me just play it slowly. So the very first step is to familiarize with this very first riff. Play the strings with the thumb in the regular style, and then try to play it with the strumming. Now it's easier to understand the strumming and the thumb approach if we learn the rhythm. We are playing a shuffle blues, so we are in 12/8, and what that means is there are 12 counts per measure. We can break down these 12 counts into 4 groups of 3 notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now the cool thing is that we are going to play only on the first and the third count of each group. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. We can also break this one down even further and say that we're going to play on the first count with a downstroke and on the third count with an upstroke. So if I'm strumming the strings with the thumb, I will have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now, if you take the riff that you just learned and you break it down into the rhythm that we just learned, then it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now I'm obviously strumming with the left side of the finger, and one thing that is extremely important here, guys, is the fact that we want to mute the strings around the notes that we are playing. Now it's important to understand how to mute the strings. It will be done with the left hand, so you want to keep the fingers flat on the strings so that you can actually strum multiple strings with the thumb, but we only hear one note, which is the one that we want to play. So when I play the fret number 2, I'm muting the low E string with the index and all the other strings with the index. Now the second chord is the A7th chord, which is going to be played with the same notes. It's very similar to the E major, so we're going to start with the same riff. Obviously, we're going to play the first note on the A string now. So 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, and then we're going to slide from 4 to 5, 4, 2, 3, 4. When you do it with the thumb, and then we'll go back to the E7. And we're going to play all the way up to the A string fret number 2. Then rather than just play the fret number 3 and 4, we're actually going to play 5, 6, and 7. Now the fret number 7 is the root note of the B7 chord, which is the chord 5. So this is the E7. Now when we play the B7, we have to change the position and obviously play 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to play 7 twice, then 6 on the A string twice, and I'm sliding into it from fret number 5. And then the D string fret number 4, 6, and 4. And always try to mute the strings around the notes that you're actually playing. Back to the A. So 4 and 2. So the A is slightly different here. And we finish with the E7. All the way up to the fret number 2 with the slide on the D string. And we finish with the B7. So the A string, fret number 1, fret number 2, put down the B7 chord, and then you strum the string slightly. And then we start again. Now we can also make the chord progression slightly busier and add a chord like this. So we're going to add the E major chord on the first upstroke, then keep the same, and then when I have the slide from fret 1 to 2, after this slide I'm going to put down the G sharp on the G string fret number 1 and strum this chord with an upstroke, and then I go back. For the A major chord, things are easier because I have the chord right here. So I will play the downstroke, and then on the upstroke, I'm just playing a bar chord here on the fret number 2. And then the chord, when I play the fret 5, I'm gonna play the G string fret number 4 and the B string fret number 5. So. Back to the E. Keep the same. So the B doesn't have the chord. The A, always on the upstroke. And back to the E. So that's it, guys. This is how we can play a shuffle blues with the thumb only. Now, it's a little bit challenging, I understand that. I think the most difficult thing is actually muting the strings with the left hand, which makes the whole thing way more difficult. If you had to pluck the strings just with the thumb without the strumming, that it wouldn't really be that difficult. But the strum will add this element of challenge, which obviously is worth 100%, but it will take a little bit of time before you actually get it smooth. So I'm gonna leave you to practice this. Guys, enjoy this lesson and talk to you soon.